If sleep hasn't come yet, it's okay. There's no need to rush and nothing you need to force. This can be somewhere you return to, a space where everything begins to slow and your body can start to rest. In the next few moments, you can allow the pace of your mind to soften, letting go of tension and drifting toward a calmer state. Over time, this may begin to feel more familiar, like a place your mind naturally settles into with less effort each time. And if you notice yourself returning here night after night, you can make that easier by subscribing, so it's always here for you. For now, just begin to relax and get comfortable. And now, just beginning to notice how your body is already starting to settle. Without effort, without trying, without needing anything to change. Noticing the surface beneath you, steady, supportive, always there, holding you completely. And there is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to think about. Just this moment, just this gradual, gentle settling. And you may notice your breathing already beginning to soften, becoming slower, more natural, more at ease. And as your awareness gently drifts and returns, you might notice the small muscles around your eyes beginning to release, just slightly, and perhaps becoming aware again of your jaw, loosening, unclenching, the tongue resting more heavily, comfortably, and the face smoothing, becoming still. And as this happens, you may notice a subtle spreading sensation moving slowly down through your neck, loosening, unwinding. And there is nothing you need to do to make this happen. Your body already knows how, already recognizing this familiar process. And each time you return to this, it becomes easier, more natural, more automatic. And now, becoming aware of your shoulders and how they can begin to drop, even slightly more, releasing any quiet holding. And as you notice this, perhaps your arms begin to feel heavier, resting, supported, completely held, and this drifting feeling continuing to spread down through your arms, into your hands, into your fingers. And you may notice stillness expanding, growing, deepening. And as your awareness drifts and returns, becoming aware again of your chest, rising and falling, slowly, gently, and with each breath, a little more softness, a little more release. And now, awareness drifting down into your stomach, softening, loosening, settling, and further down into the hips, the legs, the feet. Each area releasing in its own time. Heavier now, calmer, quieter, and perhaps becoming aware again of the whole body, supported, held, completely at rest. And as you continue to drift, this gentle settling becomes deeper, more complete. And now, just allowing yourself to notice the whole body together as one. Soft, heavy, still. And each time your awareness returns, you relax even more deeply, more completely. And there is nothing you need to do, just allowing everything to soften, everything to slow, everything to settle. And now, just continuing to drift deeper into this feeling of rest, letting go more and more. As you continue resting here, awareness can begin to drift. Not something you need to guide, just something that begins to happen as everything slows. There's no need to hold on to anything, no need to follow each thought, no need to stay engaged with what passes through the mind. Because thoughts can come and go without needing to be completed, appearing for a moment, softly forming, then fading again, like something distant, barely taking shape, before dissolving back into quiet. And the more this continues, the less defined everything can feel. Not empty, just softer, less structured, less active, as if the mind is gently stepping back from everything it was holding, loosening its focus, releasing its grip, giving itself permission to rest. And in that space, a calm can begin to form. Not suddenly, not all at once, just gradually settling, like something becoming still beneath the surface. The body growing heavier, more supported, as if it's being gently held without effort. The muscles loosening further, the breath continuing in its own rhythm, slow, even, steady. Nothing forced, nothing controlled, nothing needing to change, just happening on its own. And with each passing moment, awareness can drift further becoming less focused, less attached, less interested in following anything at all. Just moving toward stillness, toward quiet, where there is less to notice, less to respond to, just a gentle fading. And as this fading deepens, there can be a sense of distance, as if everything is moving further away, further into the background, leaving only this quiet, this steady calm, this space where nothing is required. And the more you remain here, the easier it becomes to let everything go, to allow everything to simply settle, to stop holding, to stop following, to stop engaging, until there is only this soft, quiet drifting, where awareness itself becomes lighter, less defined, more distant, and this gentle drifting can continue, carrying you further and further into a deeper, more settled, more restful state. As you continue to relax, there's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. This can be a space you return to whenever you need rest, a place your mind begins to recognize, where it can let go more easily each time. And simply being here is enough. As you continue to drift, noticing how the mind has been full, thoughts scattered, moving in different directions. A kind of mental overload where everything feels slightly active, and there is no need to organize any of it, no need to make sense or bring it all together, because this moment is not for solving. This moment is for allowing things to settle. This familiar session, something you return to night after night, where the mind can begin to reset on its own, without effort, without trying, just by staying here and doing a little less. And even if thoughts continue, appearing one after another, you don't need to follow them or hold on to them. They can simply pass without direction, like loose fragments that slowly drift apart. And as they drift, the space between them grows, creating small pockets of quiet. Those pockets can gently expand without you needing to help, forming a wider stillness within the mind. And the more space there is, the less crowded it feels, the less need there is to keep thinking, as if the mind itself is beginning to reset, returning to a calmer state naturally. You're breathing, soft and steady, becoming part of that reset, a quiet rhythm signaling to your system that everything can slow, that everything can soften. And with each breath out, there is a gentle queering, not forced, just happening, like a soft release of mental activity, leaving behind something quieter. This is something you return to again and again, a familiar way of letting the mind reset. And each time you allow this, it becomes easier, more automatic, more natural, as your system recognizes this exact moment, this shift from thinking into drifting. And even now, you may notice less to follow, less to engage with, less to hold on to, just softness, just space, just that gentle quiet beginning to take over. And the more you remain here without trying, the deeper that reset becomes, the calmer everything feels, until thoughts become faint, barely forming, and awareness begins to soften. This quiet transition happening on its own, carrying you gently toward sleep. And somewhere in the distance of morning, you may wake, feeling a little queerer, a little more settled, as though your mind has fully reset. But for now, there is nothing to manage, just continuing to drift, continuing to soften, allowing everything to quiet even more, until even this awareness begins to fade, and all that remains is calm and sleep. As everything continues to soften, you may begin to notice how natural it feels to simply drift. Nothing needing your attention, nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow, nothing to return to, just a quiet unfolding, as if the body has already settled and the mind is gently following. Thoughts becoming less frequent, less defined, appearing softly, then fading again, like distant echoes that never need to be followed. And the more this continues, the less there is to notice, less to respond to, less to stay connected to, just a gentle drifting, deeper and deeper into rest. This space beginning to feel familiar, something your mind recognizes without needing to think about it. A place that's easy to return to, a place that's always here, a place that feels known, night after night. And each time you come back, it may feel a little easier to settle, a little quicker to let go, as if this quiet drifting becomes more natural, more automatic, more expected. And within this rest, something soft can begin to shift, a quiet easing, a gentle lightness settling beneath the surface, as if something inside is finding a calmer way, a steadier rhythm, a quieter balance. And this can continue without needing to be noticed, without needing to be understood, just unfolding quietly, so that when you wake, there may be a sense of calm, a clearer, softer mind, a gentle lightness, a quiet feeling that things are just a little easier, as if something has settled, as if something has softened, as if something has become more steady, more calm, more at ease. And for now, nothing more is needed, just continuing to drift, slowly, gently, steadily, drifting further and further, deeper and deeper, softly, quietly, easily, letting go a little more with each moment, drifting and settling and softening. Nothing to follow, nothing to return to, just this quiet, steady rest, drifting deeper and deeper, further and further, until even the sense of drifting becomes softer, quieter, more distant, and everything continues on its own, into deeper, more restful, more complete sleep. As you drift deeper, this can become your space, a place you return to night after night, where you can rest, let go, and allow everything to soften. And each time you come back, it may feel a little easier to settle and to sleep. And as this continues, there's nothing more you need to do, nothing more to follow, nothing more to return to right now. This can be a space you return to whenever you need rest. Something your mind begins to recognize. A place that feels familiar each time you come back. And each time you return, it may feel a little easier to settle, a little quicker to let go. Just allowing everything to keep drifting, slowly, gently, steadily, drifting further and further, deeper and deeper, softly, quietly, easily, letting go a little more with each moment, drifting and settling and softening. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to stay connected to. Just this quiet, steady rest, continuing on its own. Even this drifting can begin to soften, becoming quieter, more distant, until there's almost nothing to notice. Just a gentle continuation, and this familiar settling may begin to stay with you, so that returning here feels natural easy, something your mind remembers, drifting further, deeper, softer, quieter, and everything continuing on its own. With no need to do anything at all, no effort, no trying, no need to control anything. Just allowing your body to rest exactly as it is, and your mind can begin to settle in its own time, like everything is slowly softening, unwinding, releasing. And as you drift deeper and deeper, you may notice a quiet sense of ease beginning to form. Not something you create, just something that's already there, underneath everything. A gentle steadiness, a calm that doesn't need to be forced. And while you sleep, your mind can continue to settle in the background, softly, naturally, without you needing to do anything at all. And any tension, any weight you've been carrying, can begin to loosen and fade in its own time, leaving behind a lighter feeling, a quieter space. And as the night continues, this calm, this steadiness can deepen and stabilize, becoming more familiar, more natural. And by the time you wake, you may notice something subtle has shifted. Nothing dramatic, just a quiet sense that things feel a little easier, a little lighter, a little more steady. And that's enough. And for now, just drift, rest, and sleep.